Alrighty folks, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of the Tribal States SMP, guys. If you missed the last episode, we tackled our smelting problem by assembling a auto smelter that will smelt us a stack of items in one go. In one cycle we get an entire stack smelted, and it is super quick and super efficient. Now, it may not be the best design on the market, it may very well be the best design on the market, I don't know. I just built one that I really like. Now today I want to do a handful of things. I want to tackle some rough edges. I want to add in a little bit of a lake, a custom tree, a staircase, maybe even a tower, but it's mainly just about bringing more immersion to our village. So if that's something you think you're going to enjoy, do me a favor, leave the video a like, hit subscribe. The first guy to comment first I will pin at the top of the comment section. I want you to go into that comment and comment second, third, and let's see just how far down the chain we can go. You can also check out my other channels and follow me on social media. Those are all linked down below. But without any further ado, guys, let's get into the episode. So, we did do this last episode. I'm still really kind of happy with this. It's still really good. Like, we've got, evidently some nether brick. I don't know quite where that came from. But either way, we'll put this away for right now. I do have 16 diamonds on me. I did a little bit of mining. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below just how many diamonds do you think we are gonna get. So there are no diamonds in my inventory and a fortune pickaxe. Let's go through them. And if your guess was 20 diamonds, you'd have been absolutely wrong. We actually got 32, so we managed to double our diamond. We're now up to just a bit over a stack. Now the question is, where do we start? 'Cause there are a lot of rough edges to this area that I don't like. We've got this gap right here, which doesn't look really good. There's this kind of archway here that I'm not entirely sold on. There's this huge sandstone platform here. There's this tower that hasn't been protruding out or hasn't been, you know, built. There's this huge gap right here. There's a huge gap right here. What I'm trying to say, guys, there's a lot of gaps in a lot of places. But I think the first task is going to be this here tower. Now, I want this tower to be a little bit more sturdier than it currently is. So I'm thinking of, that is not the block I intended to place. I do that way too often. I'm thinking of making the bottom parts of this the actual deep slate bricks. Deep slate bricks. So, this is kind of the starting point for this tower. And what I want to do is I want to put these and strip them sort of in the corners right here. But I want to do it just over here first. I want to see if this looks as good in my head as I am thinking that it's going to look. Maybe we do these the other way around. So that it's still a solid tower. We still got that, which means we'd have to have that coming up there. That coming up there. Does that look all that good? No, I don't think I like that. So I do want an archway of some sort. And this is the beginnings of that archway. Doesn't look all that good, does it? We gotta make it look a little bit better. The unfortunate thing is, this will not be able to go into this building, I don't think. We may do some jiggery-pokery and make that work. So I put a couple of revisions into this, and this is the finished product that I like. Now, there's something that I really do like about this that I also really hate about it. If you notice, it's not centered. This is got this block right here where this tower starts rather than being recessed into it. It actually starts one out, and we could push this back and make this a little bit more even to work with. But I like the idea that it's done like this because it creates that sort of differential sort of feeling, and it doesn't feel as perfect as other builds. It feels kind of a bit chaotic, like, okay, they planned this and it didn't exactly go according to plan, so they've made do. And that's something I'm trying to incorporate into my style of building. So often in Minecraft, I get consumed with the build to have to be perfect. But looking back on history, you know, a lot of builds weren't perfect. I mean, one of the most famous buildings of all time is famous because it's not perfect. That being the Leaning Tower. And this is that. But I just want to see, like, if we come down here, you know, you can start to feel that vibe. From all the way down here at the docks, you can sort of see that gate. You know it's imposing. You know it's there. And as you come up, it just comes more and more into view, slightly disappearing. And I like it. I like it. And it's the exact same on the other side. And I did go through a couple of revisions of this, but this is the one that I like the most. Okay, so I've got part of the tower in place now. I did have to change a little bit up there, but it doesn't look too bad. I think it looks really good. I do like that this is off center. It's starting to grow on me. It annoys my OCD, but I also think it looks quite nice being a little bit off center. But this is kind of where we're at the minute. And I think I'm going to change out these bottom ones right here for actual deep slate brick. Oh, man. I was completely noobish and using deep slate rather than cobbled deep slate. There's so many more variants. Like, look at this. I've got some deep slate somewhere in here. Is it in this one? Nope. Is it in this one? Deep slate. Like, deep slate has no variants. Cobbled deep slate, on the other hand, has loads. So we're using that now a lot more. And I gotta say, I do quite like this. We've obviously got to put some details on the outside, but for right now, this tower's serving its purpose, but it's not finished yet. I want to do something else up there. So I've been working quite hard on this tower and going over a couple of revisions, and I'm not finding anything that really truly speaks to me, but I'm finding things that I like. So I'm just going to keep things that I like as not to spend too much time on it. This is the kind of tower that we've got. It's very kind of noisy and busy up at the top, which I like. Got these little Plymouths. I probably should have changed these out, but I do like it. I think what's just holding it back and making it not look as nice is because we haven't got anything going on here, which I do plan to fix that and get things going on here. I could add some like stone there to make it a little bit more curvy, but then we won't be able to add it there because of the chains and the lanterns. But it all looks... Have I missed a fence? I think I've missed a fence over here. I have missed fences here. I will get that. I will get that. But it looks alright. It's just kind of... This was supposed to be much taller than this. So I think I want to change the roof on that to be a more higher and pointed one. But that's a job for another time. Right now I want to see what this looks like from down on the docks. So yeah, this all looks good. It's just this roof I think is truly letting it... What the... I keep it like a zip, zip. Is there a dolphin down here? There's a puffer fish. Oh. I actually want a puffer fish. You, sir. I don't care that you gave me poison. Did I get you? I got you. Yes, I got a puffer fish. So yeah, it looks quite nice. You can sort of see that gate as you're coming up here. This is definitely holding it back, though. I think this is kind of ruining it. So you know what? I said I wasn't going to do it, but yeah, I'm going to change this. Now that feels more imposing. I'm not too sure about the top bit. I may have to do some more dilly-dallying with that in the future. But for right now, it definitely feels a bit more taller than that, and it feels a lot better. Especially from this angle. It's starting to really look good. Really look good. So I'm going to keep that. I want to put some sort of window up there, but that'll be much later on. I just wanted to kind of make sure the skyline looks nice, so when we're looking up at it from the docks, it looks good. And I'm more than happy. I want to continue finishing off this tower right here. And just like that, I've got the tower completed. And I do kind of like it. Now that this is done, I can't wait to see this when this is fully oxidized. But I know a lot of people put the copper to oxidize. I don't see the point. It may be oxidized a bit quicker, but it just seems like more work when you could just literally leave this to go. I mean, it may take a little bit of time, but it'll work. So I've gone with a spruce floor in between here to sort of break up the pattern that we have outside here with the pattern that we've got going on inside. Now, internally, I haven't done anything yet. Should probably put a torch in here, shouldn't we, to stop mobs from spawning. But internally, it's not going to get done in this episode. I want to focus on other things in this episode, but at least we've got the tower there. One thing that I did do, guys, is I did dig this hole right here. And if we come all the way to the bottom of the hole, there's a little bit of a tunnel. This is going to be our way into our skeleton farm. I haven't actually done the whole way into here yet. Into here, and we'll get rid of these stairs. If you remember, I didn't do these stairs because I was unsure where I wanted this to go to up on the surface. So I'm kind of glad that we never did this stairs beyond just putting some stairs down. Now we have a proper way into here, although I do need to do the stairs and whatnot. But I want to work on other things right now. Now, before I cut to a clip and start doing some building, I want to talk about what I'm going to be doing with this building. And I talk about this because there's two other people that play on this server. There's my friend, and then there's my wife. And both of them are like, I need to level out my area before I can do any building. And like I told them, don't level out your area. Use elevation to your advantage. The change in elevation can really set it apart, because you get some buildings that are a block taller that way, block shorter, and it really creates some sort of elevation. But when we built our dock, we came right up here, and there's nothing up here but flat land. So we have to create our own elevation. And we can do that in two ways. We can just simply go up a block. But this is a city. I want to keep it very looking like a city. And rather than just going up a block, we're going to actually have an elevation where we go up a few blocks. We're going to have a staircase right alongside here that is going to go up about halfway, I think. So I'm going to get to that. And then over here, I'm not going to put a staircase in. I was going to have one either side of it, but I want to break up the repetitiveness. I think we're just going to have it go sort of like up and around, maybe like an S on a slab level. So after a bit of time, I've got in some framework for how I want this area to go. We've got this huge staircase that goes up. I was only going to take it up to here, but when I got to here, it wasn't as high as I wanted it to be. So we went all the way up to here. You can see we got two different levels. And what I'm thinking is we're going to have some sort of waterfall sort of back here that flows down underneath here, underneath this one, and sort of over here somewhere. Don't know if I'm going to get that water feature in today. I did want to do that today, but the more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm thinking that, is this centered on that block? I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, looks to be. Looks to be. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking, actually, I would like to get some more framework in for just how this is going to look. And I think I want to start working a little bit more on leading this entranceway up to where we're going to lead into here. I mean, you can sort of see what I'm going for here. It's going to look really nice once the water feature comes in, but I'm not sure exactly how much I want to drain it out or where I want it to come to down here. But yeah, I like to break up the things with water and just other features that you can put into your village just to break up the norm. But right now, this is all kind of plain, but I think before we can get any more of this in, we need to work a bit more on this area right here. I mainly decided to tackle the dock to begin with. And we had all down here done, and it looked all really good, and I haven't expanded it further along, and maybe I will. We definitely need some more market stalls. But the market stalls will grow as we start to produce more and more items. But I've worked up here. I've gone ahead and brought the pathways that we've got up here all the way up to where the wall is going to go. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different entrances when it comes to this sort of settlement, with the main entrance being this guy right here. This one is 5, whereas the rest are 4. So that brings me to kind of what I want to do here. And the question then becomes, do we add in another way in here, or do we just wall this off? And to be honest with you, I am feeling very much like we do a bit of both. So this that I built on the side here is actually going to have to all come down, apart from up there. We actually need to now start working on the wall. But I got a couple of ideas when it comes to how I want to enter here. We could do little entrances like this, which are really, really cool. But there are other ones that we can do too that I think will look really, really cool. Tragedy has befallen me. I am out of spruce wood. I need spruce wood. I'm out of spruce wood. Time to grow some spruce trees. So how many spruce trees? This many spruce trees. So how many stacks do you guys think we got from that? And I planted a whole stack of saplings. How many do you think we got? Well, I'll tell you now. We got quite a lot. We got over 18 stacks. What's that? 21¼ stacks. We even got our saplings back, which was great. And they were just while I'm mining them. There's saplings I got back while chopping it down. I haven't really been collecting it. So, fairly good. Fairly happy with that. This is mildly infuriating. I ran out of blocks one shot. I had to go get more. Anyway, I'll give you guys a little tour once we've done this block right here. So I've used the spruce wood to line inside of here. But this is where the wall begins. I'm making it out of basalt. I know we've used polished basalt here before. But I think it's a nice contrast to sort of break up the same block while using a different block entirely. And I like that about it. I like that about it. Now, this pathway does indeed go to nowhere. I may actually rip this pathway out and just continue with the pathway that we've got going on here. This over here, and only have these pathways where we have actual roads into the kingdom. Now, I was going to have a door here. Not a door like what we've got over here. Not an actual door. But like a block door that you would walk in. It looked like a bit of a gate that was open. You could go diagonal. I've seen them on YouTube a few times. They look really, really cool. That's what I was going to put here. But then I thought, well, on the other side, where's it gonna go? because I plan to have a water feature coming down and around here. And any road here would just run alongside the inside of the wall. And I didn't like the idea, so I thought, you know what, maybe not, maybe we're not. We don't need to have too many exits and entries here. We've got our main one over there, and there's going to be probably another one over here. But for right now, I'm only bringing the wall to here. I mean, we should probably do it here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Which means it would go there. And then we'd have something here, which I've got an idea for what I want to put here. But that'll come later. I need to finish this off first. Now we get to a bit of the fun part. Detailing out the wall. And this is what I've gone with. I don't know if I'm going to switch that out for blackstone, but I just think that pop of red from the nether brick works really well with what we've got going on over here. So it's fairly simple. And it's just basically stair, 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 stair. And then stair, 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 and stair. That's really pretty much it. Chain, chain, horizontal chain, chain. And I put that last chain in last. It's much easier, it's much easier. You put the nether brick in, chain, boom. There we have it. But I need to do this a couple more times. There's the pattern repeated. And one thing that I did is I varied this stair pattern here. This is intentional. The two middle ones are identical, then we rotate. I was going to rotate every other one being just a little bit different, but given that it was an even number, it was even harder to do. Yeah, pun there, my punny. No, I'm not. I'll get my coat and I'll be gone. Anyway, those are done. Looks really, really good. I think there's something else that I want to do here. I think I'm going to take this out and do something a little bit... Oops-a-daisy. I'm breaking things I don't mean to be breaking. There we go. They're hung. Now, there's just one more detail we need to do on the inside. With both sides done, it's starting to look a lot better. I do really like it. It looks really good. We can see through it, and that's not something that I want. It would make very bad defensive maneuvers to have something that you could easily see through and shoot. But a part of me also likes the fact that we can see through it. But I think I am going to fill it in. We've got some of the walkway to do at the top anyway. So I'm going to put some warped wood behind it. I'm going to put it behind these two, and then we'll see what we think. Running a little low on the warped wood. Thankfully words. That was supposed to be thankfully for us, but it came out as some mumbo jumbo. But there's a channel about all that, so we can't say that. Well, I always come over to Abyss's land. She sells wood, and I can't help but feel really full of glee. Abyss, it's all back to front, Abyss. You've built it the wrong way round. You've failed. We shall marvel at the dragon egg. Oh, chimes. She's really proud of this. She really likes this. Lucky. And look at these rip-off prices. All the wood that we don't need. 2 stacks for 1 diamond. The wood that we need? No, that's 2 stacks, 2 diamonds. So it's essentially a diamond per... That's not the wood that we need. Oh, don't tell me she doesn't have any. She doesn't have any. Clean up your store, Abyss. It's a little bit dirty. Ah, she fixed the sign. Great. Time to head off home. Now, I am liking the way that this looks. This looks really good. Oh, man, this wall. And I like that we're not using the same textures. We're actually mixing it up, which is really, really good. But there is one thing that I do want to fix. This is like a major entrance, and the main one is over there, which is 5. And I think I want to make this 5 too. So for 1, it'll match up on this side, which is what we want. Although, maybe it won't. We'll do if we bring it over on this side by 1. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is only 5. But if we just take this out, and the other reason I want to do that is because I'm not really a big fan of this double pillar right here. I think this would be much better if it was just a single pillar. I think it'd look a lot cooler. And I just want to do that. But yeah, I'll get to that in just a second. I want to talk about the top, because I want to be able to walk across it. So I want to get some work done up there so it looks like a wall and it looks really cool. And I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So now we enjoy the view from the docks. And I think this looks a lot better. I'm still not sold on that roof up there. I may have to change that top bit. I've got a bit of an idea for something that we can do for a roof up there. Maybe I will incorporate that to it later. But for right now, I really do like this. The only bit that's really letting this down is this sort of railing up here. And I want to tackle that next. We're up in the sky and we're a little bit far out because I wanted to show you guys something. What do you think the first thing of my city is that you see when flying in via Elytra? You'll never guess what it is. It's the smoke. That's the first thing that we see. But I've been at work. We've got the wall brought into here. We've also got this done. I did go ahead and move this pathway up, and I like it so much better. I will learn to land without crashing. But this bit, as we walk up this stairway right here, the feeling that you get, I love it. I love it. It feels so good. We've gone somewhat simple here. I'm half tempted to replace these. I really, really am with walls. But I'm also tempted to make some of these into lanterns, you know, like little lampposts to go up. Because there's not really much light when you come around here. Can we hang something off of that? We could hang a lantern there. I don't have a lantern. And yeah, they do the trick for now. We do need to figure out some lighting. But I'm fairly happy with this. And I've just been looking at the episode time. We are like right on the 20-minute mark, or a little bit over. So it does mean that I do have to bring this episode to an end. But I am so pleased with everything that we've got done today. Like, if we look over here, no immersion. But when you start to come over here, there's some real immersion going on. I'm glad these are starting to change color as well. Particularly around this bit. And I can't wait to get that river put in place here. Oh, it's going to look so good. But I want to take a break from working inside of the city in the next episode. I know exactly what I want to do in the next episode, and I'm super looking forward to it. I want to work in the next episode a little bit more on this part right here. I want to get this bit looking good. I know exactly what I want to put here, and it's going to be fun to do. So guys, that is going to do it for this episode. So if you've enjoyed the video, do me a favor guys, leave it a like, hit subscribe. You can check out my other channels and follow me on social media. Those are linked down below. But as always, I'm Casey, you're the awesome folks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care now.